Hey everyone, welcome back to Learn with Optmyzr. I'm Juan from the customer success team, and today we're going to talk about portfolio management in Optmyzr. Here's the scenario I want you to think about. You manage campaigns across Google, Microsoft, maybe even Meta, LinkedIn, or Amazon ads. So every morning you wake up, you open 3 or 4 different dashboards to try to identify what's the exact thing, what's the exact account or campaign that you need to focus on. You may notice one account is overspending, another one is sitting on unspent budget, and you don't know if performance is trending up or down overall because you've actually never had access to overall in just one place. So stakeholders will ask you, how's everything going? What's happening with the performance? And your honest response is, wait, give me a second. Let me get back to you on that as you piece everything together. And that's not a you problem, that's a tool problem, and naturally, because you're running advertising efforts in different channels. And that's exactly the problem that the Optmyzr portfolios are built to fix. So, to learn a little bit more about that, we'll take a look at how to get a unified view of your account's performance with the help of our dashboards. We'll also take a look at how to catch issues before they become problems with the help of alerts and Sidekick, how to do budget management at scale without having to track each of your campaigns individually, and we'll finally close with workflow tips and best practices as we end the session. A couple of things to clarify before we get started. I won't go into every setting in the portfolio setup or the platform specific capabilities like social only functionalities. But what I will show you today will help you get immediate value off of the portfolio features in Optmyzr. And the second thing that is very important to remember is that using portfolios doesn't mean that you have to change the way you manage your individual accounts. Portfolios will sit on top. So you can think of them as a control layer. Everything you do inside Google Ads or Microsoft Ads remains unchanged. So let's take a look at the first use case, right? The problem is that when you manage multiple accounts, you don't really have a performance picture. You have fragments. And the older the setup is, the more fragmented it gets. Google, Amazon, Meta, LinkedIn, you call it, they all have account level reporting, right? But neither of them knows that the other exists. So for that, and to answer the question of how things are going overall, let's start with the all accounts dashboard. By default, this shows you all your accounts as individual rows, but if you want to switch to portfolio view, you just click the view accounts by portfolio option up here. And if you haven't created any portfolios yet, don't worry, that's pretty easy to fix. Click create portfolio, go through the options, select the accounts you want to group together, and you're set. Now, once you're in the portfolio view, each row is one of your portfolios, and there's a lot of useful information here at a glance. You've got budget pacing, so you can see immediately if a portfolio is on track to hit its monthly target or if it's running behind. You've got the audit score, which gives you a quick health check on the average audit score of the accounts inside the portfolio. You can see active alerts if there are any, and we'll go deeper on those in the next section. And you've also got suggestions, which will surface quick optimization ideas available across the accounts in the portfolio, so you don't have to go digging for them. Now, there's one more thing here that is worth showing. There's a compare with option right here in this view. You can compare performance across all your portfolios side by side against a previous period of time. The reason I find this more useful as your morning starting point is that right in this overview, you're already scanning across everything. So being able to spot that this portfolio is down or up versus last month right here without clicking into anything is truly helpful. Now, this is your daily check-in. You scan the rows, you see where something needs attention, and you go from there. Once you click into a portfolio, you land here, the portfolio dashboard. This is the deeper view for that specific portfolio. From here, you can see overall performance across all accounts combined, and as you scroll down, you get a breakdown by top elements. Campaigns, keywords, search terms. This is all sortable by whatever metric matters to you. There's also a quick view of the express optimizations available for each account in the portfolio, so you can see at a glance where there are pending recommendations without going account by account. And one practical thing is that up in the top right corner, you can change the date range and filter down to specific accounts if you only want to look at a subset of what's in this portfolio. There's a third dashboard worth knowing about here, especially if you manage e-commerce clients or run any kind of high stakes campaigns periods like Black Friday, seasonal sales, product launches, etc. And that's the sale day command center that we have here on the screen. What makes it different from the portfolio dashboard is that this one is built for real-time monitoring. While one of those campaigns is live, you can watch performance as it comes in across all the accounts in a portfolio without having to switch between them. So you can spot a spend spike, a conversion drop, or a pacing issue, top search terms, product performance, and even catching disapproval alerts on inventory or ads or out of stock products. All of that while the day is still happening, so it's not the next morning when it's too late to do anything about it, really. So, well, the practical takeaway from this whole section: All Accounts Dashboard is your daily check-in, Portfolio Dashboard is your deeper dive, and Sell Day Command Center is your real-time safety net when it counts. Now, for this second use case, we need to consider that even with a unified view, like what we just saw, things may still slip through. A budget may go off, conversions and impression share may drop, and you don't want to find out when someone asks you about it, and we already know that manual monitoring doesn't really scale. What you need is for the system to tell you when something needs attention and not the other way around. So let's get started and let's look into the first solution for that. We recently added portfolio level KPI alerts to our suite of tools, and you can start creating this directly from the portfolio dashboard we saw at the beginning. This is by simply hovering over the metric you want to monitor, and there you'll see the option to add an alert. It's pretty easy. But for this part of the video, I want to show you how to do it from the full KPI tracking alerts setting under the monitor section. This is where the portfolio level and account level alerts work together, all right? Here you'll notice that you have a button to create a new KPI alert, and one of the options is to create a portfolio alert. When you click that, you'll land on this setup page where you can define the alert settings. You first select the portfolio you want to monitor, then you choose whether you want the alert to track the entire portfolio, including any future accounts that get added to it, or only a specific accounts and campaigns that live inside that portfolio today. After that, select the KPI you want to monitor and give the alert a name. Then you'll define the target for the alert, and you have two options here. You can trigger the alert when the metric increases or decreases by more than a specific percentage, or you can trigger the alert when the metric drops below or increases above a specific number. There are also some advanced settings worth calling out. One useful option is the ability to ignore recent days of data. This is especially helpful if your accounts have conversion tracking delays, because it helps you avoid getting alert notifications based on incomplete data. The last step is to choose the users who should receive the notification. Once the alert fires, you'll get a notification inside the platform, top right corner, but you'll also receive it via email or through Slack or Microsoft Teams if you've enabled those integrations. If you go back to the portfolio dashboard, you'll also see it in the hover card right there. I still recommend adding account level alerts to track account specific anomalies that are important to you, because with this kind of setup you can quickly tell whether the issue is isolated to one account or if it's part of a broader trend across your portfolio. So what I just showed you is the manual way to create portfolio alerts. Now, this is something that we just released, so it's pretty new. Sidekick can now create portfolio alerts settings for you. Instead of going through all of the settings manually, like we just saw, you can tell Sidekick what you want to monitor. For example, I can ask it to create an alert if the portfolio CPA goes above a specific amount. Sidekick will understand the request, help set up the alert, and confirm the details with you. For simple alerts, you can complete the setup right here in the chat. If there's something more complex that Sidekick cannot configure for you, it will just direct you to the alerts page that we saw. What's cool about this is that you can also use Sidekick for quick health checks. In fact, if you ask it, is anything wrong with my portfolio? Are there any alerts I should be aware of? It will pull the trigger alerts, surface any active issues, and tells you what's happening. In the last section, we set up alerts, so the system tells you when something needs attention, and budget is where that is especially important, right? When you're managing a portfolio across multiple accounts, the issue is often not a sudden performance crash, but a slow drift. One campaign overspending for weeks while another sits on unused budget. That happens because budgets live in the campaign level inside each platform with no native way to see total spend across accounts in one place. So you either track it manually in a spreadsheet or find out too late. This section is about fixing that. First with visibility, then control, and finally routine monitoring that the system can fully handle for you. The starting point is simple. In Portfolio View, you set a target budget for the portfolio, one number that represents what this whole group of accounts should spend this month. You can click here to set it. You can also set the budget cycle to match how the client actually thinks about spend. If they manage by week or by quarter rather than by month, you can just pick that in here. As soon as you save it, you get a pop-up asking you if you would like to set a budget monitor. This is a really important step that you don't want to skip. The target on its own, it's just a number. The budget monitor is what makes it useful. Inside the budget monitor, you've got two types of controls. The first is notifications. You can get alerted when spend is overpacing or underpacing, and when the total spend hits a percentage threshold that you define. These are actually an extension of the portfolio level alerts we mentioned in the last section. Now, the second set of controls is automation. This is where it gets interesting. You can tell the system to automatically adjust budgets to keep spend on track toward your target. For example, you can have the automation allocate more budget to days that typically perform better based on usual spend patterns. So you can let the automation do the adjustment that you would normally do on a daily or weekly basis. You don't have to worry about that anymore. And then you can set it to pause campaigns when the total spend reaches the target. So you're not manually watching for the moment the portfolio hits the limit. You can have it re-enable those pause campaigns automatically on the first of the next cycle. So that's one more thing that you don't need to worry about. If you see the full loop, you set a target, you get notified if things drift, and optionally, you let the system handle the adjustments and pausing without you having to log in. The budget monitor handles ongoing control, but sometimes you need to actively decide where to move budget, especially if pacing is off and you want to understand exactly which campaigns have room to grow and which ones are capped out. And that's what this next tool is for. You'll find it under Manage and Optimize, Budget, and Reallocate and Optimize Budgets. In here, everything across every account in the portfolio loads in one view. The system has already run its analysis and surfaced suggestions. At the top, you can actually see the projected impact. It's estimating a 12% boost in clicks from the proposed reallocation. You can always switch the optimization strategy to conversions or ROAS, and the suggestions will update instantly to reflect that goal instead. In the individual budgets table below, you've got current budget versus suggested budget for every campaign in the portfolio, with projected impact per row. You can review here, adjust manually, or log anything you don't want touched. By design, budgets modified in the last 7 days are logged automatically. The tool will not undo a recent change before it's had time to show results. If you want to model a specific scenario before committing, the budget simulator lets you do that. Simply click the chart icon next to any budget and you get an interactive curve showing projected spend at different budget levels. This is useful when you're weighting a larger shift on one account. Before applying, flip to the Summary and Media Mix Charts tab. This is the portfolio level sanity check that you want to do. It will show you projected impact across the whole portfolio and a chart showing how spend shifts across platforms. If the tool is moving money from Microsoft to Google or from Performance Max to Search, you see it here before anything changes. When you're ready, click Apply and it will push all changes across the portfolio in one action This means that you're not managing budgets account by account or campaign by campaign anymore. You set guardrails once, the system monitors and adjusts within them, and when you need to make a more deliberate decision, all the information you need is in one place in Optmyzr. And as we reach the end of this Learn with Optmyzr, there are a few quick things worth knowing before you go. First, don't wait until you have a performance problem to set up the alerts, please. Set them up when you configure the portfolio, while you're thinking clearly about what something is wrong means for each of those portfolios, for each of your accounts inside the portfolio. Because it's going to be much easier to define what normal means for them before you're in the middle of a real issue. Second, if you are new to portfolio budget and budget automation and you're wary about using it, don't worry. You can always just set the notifications and just spend a week watching pacing and understanding how your spend actually distributes before you let the system start making changes. If you're not comfortable with automations at all, you still have the manual optimization tools to help you out. And one last thing, we haven't covered everything portfolios can do today in Optmyzr, and we add new features every month. So I 100% encourage you to keep exploring the platform. For example, another cool tool worth your time as you go deeper is the search terms engrams. You'll find it right under Insights. It breaks down your search term data into individual words and phrases. So, for example, you can see what's driving cost versus conversions. And if you run it across the entire portfolio regularly, you'll surface patterns you'll never catch in the standard search terms report and in the individual search terms report for each of your accounts. That's just one example. Trust me, there will always be a lot more to explore in Optmyzr. All right, and that was another Learn with Optmyzr session. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you want to dig into any of these further, drop us a message at support@optmyzr.com and the team will be happy to help you. And if you're not an Optmyzr customer yet, there's a free trial. Go to optmyzr.com and you'll get 2 weeks of access for free. No commitments at all. Take care and thank you again for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.